And welcome back, everyone, to the Chopping Block. My name is Andrew, alongside my co host Dylan Shaw. And we're joining you off of a pretty depressing weekend for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Of course, the fourth Big Ten matchup of the season. They were winless coming into it, and they will remain winless exiting homecoming weekend against the number 8 at the time and now number 6 ranked Oregon Ducks. A 56-10 final score. Touchdown wasn't made until the fourth quarter in garbage time. And really, it did look like it was going to be a great start for the Scarlet Knights. A sold-out crowd, fumble recovery, field goal made, and then it went downhill from there. So, Dylan, let's get your immediate reactions as you do every week. I'll touch on kind of some of the things I noticed being at the game, and then we can talk about what the Scarlet Knights are going to look like or going to be looking forward to in the future.
I mean, what do I say? We lost 56-10 at home at a game where we gave up, I want to say like 49 unanswered points or something. It's probably one of the worst games I watched in at least years. Definitely within the past 3 seasons. I mean, dating back to when it's like the second year in Shiano's like second stint as a coach. I don't know a worse game. It was from the start, after obviously the fumble, you could just tell we were just outmatched, like, uh, outmatched physically, outmatched mentally. We couldn't, like, keep ourselves composed. Like, we got out to such a good start and then gave up the 68-yard touchdown run to Noah Whittington. And, like, you look at it, it's 7-3, and it's not over. You don't need we lost control. The offense did not seem like they were ready at all. It was three straight 3 and outs to start, for the 3 straight possessions. One obviously was in Oregon territory, so it led to a field goal. But, like, it took a few drives for them to even get a first down, let alone just go back to the offense that we know and has worked all year. And I know Oregon's defense is a complete step up to whoever we played all year, but the philosophy of how our offense is ran is should work against anyone, and it took us too long to get back into that. And once we settled in, it was already 14-3, 21-3, and it's like then you're just playing from an uphill battle. You can't run the ball as much as you want to. You have to go for deeper passes, and I think that Manis and Shiraka, the offensive coordinator, just kind of lost their offensive philosophy because we started off the game not how we should have. And that's also credit to the defense who just can't stop Oregon. We had that one great stop to start the game. It was like even without the fumble, it was a 3 and out to start. And it's like, all right, they came out to play, but they didn't. Like it was constant 20-yard chunk plays. Just as you said, like you were at the game and you were even telling me like watching it in person is just worse because like you can see like how like the miscommunications and how no one is actually guarding their guy, and it was just unbearable to watch. Crazy stat I saw. Well, first, Dante Moore of Oregon. You would think if a team scores 56 points, that you would have like, oh, maybe 30 to 40 completions here and there. No, he had 15. That's it. 15 completions. 8 of those were for 20 plus chunk plays. 4 touchdowns total. And I believe it was something like 5 or 6 straight completions to start the game were over 20 yards. It was just it was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, you're sitting there already down, I don't know, like however much you're down after the first quarter and kickoff after kickoff. Why are we like taking fair catches or like trying to still run this game like we're gonna get back in it and things like that? Like something's got to change. You got to try to. Shiano's got to try to call some different play calls instead of just dumping it off to Raymond or whatever for the first two downs and then maybe trying to pick up something on third down. It's not gonna work, and it's not gonna get you back in this game that you're already down 4+ scores in. And I mean, like I'm just sitting there and you see kickoff after kickoff to like Ben Black, and he just signals for the fair catch and then runs back to the sideline, and then they go 4 and out every single time. Like, who cares? Take it out. Do something. Get a sold out crowd like interested in the game again. It was just a rough watch. And I mean, you're sitting and you're seeing this coverage in person if you're sitting on one of the sidelines. The amount of separation between the DBs and then the Oregon receivers is actually insane. And it's not even, sometimes it won't even be separation. It'll just be a guy open, like downfield. How does that happen? I don't know. I don't know why no one is trying to make any changes to fix that because it keeps happening week after week. I don't know what's wrong, if we're not fast enough, if we're just not, the play calls aren't correct, you're not getting the play calls. Um, yeah, it's just bad. It looked terrible. The thing that we should be trusting with kind of Ethan and his running backs in the backfield, we kind of were trusting that all season as the biggest strength. We're not on point at all. Um, there were a lot of overthrows. Cadillac Manis was going for deep passes that he had no business going for in those situations. So, yeah, overall, just there's not much more to say other than it was just a terrible game.
Touch on some of your points, like the fair catch point. It's just something Greg Schiano's been doing like all of his coaching career. Or for at least for Rutgers, he just doesn't need. He just it's not Ben Black's choice. I'll tell you that much. It's not Ben Black making the decision to fair catch it. It's Schiano and the special teams coordinator telling him before he goes out there, fair catch this, or on punt, let it bounce, fair catch it, don't return, and it makes zero sense. I don't care if we're losing, winning. It's like fair like kickoffs, and especially in college kickoffs and punts are just a way to flip the field, flip the momentum. Such an easy way because the returners are such great athletes, and sometimes they'll catch a team with a poor special teams, and these returners can make something out of nothing all the time, and that's something that just always gets me mad. Secondly, you're touching on the defense and how they might not be fast enough or something. It might be harder to see in person, but on TV, there at least once per drive, probably more. The defense just wasn't set. The D line was jumping around,
Oh, yeah.
switching sides left and right, and before they snapped it, the ends were not in their stands. The D tackles were standing up. The linebackers were like shifting from the right side to the left side, and the DBs were like just caught chasing. So yeah, obviously, like even when they were set, they were getting beat off the line. But it doesn't help when the receivers are already a step ahead of you when you're having to chase after them with pre-snap, and that's
Yeah.
all because of Rob Smith in the defensive unit and the coordinators. Either the play calls or not, it's a home game. There's no crowd noise against you. It's a home game. You should be able to hear the play call easily. I believe Moses Walker is, or no, he's injured. Sorry, probably Dario Jabome now is probably our signal caller. He needs to be able to get that call out to the DBs and to the linemen, and I think it's coming too late because the adjustments are happening way too late, and quarterback Dante Moore is way too good, and he's able to exploit that if he sees an, an ounce of miscommunication, and
Yeah.
it happened at least 10 times, and you can't have that against the number 8 team in the country.
So you were talking about the jumping around. That actually, I mean, this is much later in the game when it was already garbage time. Nothing really mattered. But like, there, they it was Oregon. I don't know why they had the ball or when they had the ball. It's kind of got to a blur at that point. But it was like second and goal maybe. They're lining up and no one is ready. No one is down. Oregon snaps the ball, and somehow they get an incompletion on that play out of all other plays in the game where they've actually been ready and had a play ready. This time there, it looked like they were just kind of running around aimlessly, and they actually forced an incompletion. But like, no one, no one was set for pretty much any time Oregon snapped the ball. So yeah, I mean, you could kind of get an idea that it wasn't looking good. And even on offense, Ethan had to keep turning back and being like, "What is going on to these guys with their different colored shirts, trying to make their fancy play calls on the sidelines?" Because he really had no idea what was happening the entire game. It seemed, and yeah, it was bad. The play clock kept running down basically almost to zero, pretty almost every kind of big play. I will say you mentioned crowd noise. By the third quarter, like just pretty much once all the Rutgers fans left after halftime, the entire away side, kind of going down to the corner and around behind the Oregon bench, was full sections of Oregon fans, um, which is one interesting that there's that many that it coming either that live in or are coming to New Jersey for this. Um, but they were loud, especially as kind of Rutgers was starting to drive into the defensive zone kind of towards the end of the game once the subs were in and stuff when really it didn't matter. Um, but anyway, yeah, all inexcusable mistakes really. Um, and yeah, I don't know, and I don't really know where they go from here.
Yeah, and then that's just the defense. The offense, no better. I mean, Calicman is, I mean, it's probably one of the worst games of his career, let alone as a Scarlet Knight. I mean, 8 of 25, 79 yards, 3.5 yards or yards per completion or
Yeah,
average or something, and then 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. That is those are terrible numbers. I don't care. Ian Strong got injured. It's not the reason. He couldn't read the defense. He was really inaccurate actually. There was one play. I believe it was still 14-3. This was the drive where we
yeah,
actually got into the Oregon 25 or something. Or maybe Oregon 30 or something, and then batted from the defensive lineman, batted ball and picked off, which was the drive. I was like, okay, we're finding our rhythm. Like 2 fourth down conversions, and I was like, okay, make this game 14-10, score a touchdown. We're right back in it. And no, batted ball, interception. I think that happened many times that they batted the ball down. One time it was picked off. And yeah, on that drive, Kenny Fletcher, tight end, ran like a fade, like an outside fade route, and he beat the linebacker off the line. And I don't know how fast Kenny Fletcher is. He probably wouldn't got to the end zone. But if Ethan delivered the ball um accurately, that would have been like a 60-yard chunk play at least. And he overthrew him, and Fletcher to dive and couldn't catch it. And that's such a big turning point in the game because you were able to right there to catch all the momentum back and get it back on the Rutgers side, but he missed the throw. And that's kind of happened a few times this season where he's missed down the field, but it's kind of been masked by like like making up for it the next play with like a first down or something, but it wasn't happening yesterday. He lost his confidence early. He missed throws early, and then it just kind of spiraled downwards as no one could get a stop and no one could score. So
yeah,
Cali
and
McManus really needs to figure it out because as much as we're high on him, terrible game.
yeah, and so I was just looking. That's his least amount of completions in a game as a starter since um, October 7th, 2023, when he played number two Michigan before he was with Rutgers. So um, and he had 5 in that game, and he had 8 in this weekend's game. So um, yeah, he can't perform against top teams. I think is what we're finding, which I don't really know how much that's his fault versus how much the rest of the team. But really, the receivers were getting fairly open or kind of doing their job as well as they can against a top 10 defense. Um, but the throws were just absolutely abysmal from Cali McManus the entire game. Um,
Yeah, and
yeah.
O line O line wasn't great either.
Oh, not at all.
It was a penalty free game. I feel like it's somewhat penalty free,
Yeah.
but
Um,
I thought it was just like I don't. The grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, but it could have changed momentum in the first drive where we like got the fumble recovery and like it's like first of all, I hated the play calls. 3 straight.
sorry, we just lost Dylan for a second, so we'll get him back. You
Just
good?
continue where I was.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
Wait, should I go?
Oh, yeah, yeah. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So um it was 3 straight targets at KJ Duff. I don't understand that. They didn't try to run the ball. They didn't like they had all of the momentum already. It was 0-0 and you had the ball, a fumble inside of Oregon territory. Two of them were like jump balls. And the first one, bad throw. Second one, I kind of forgot what it was. And then the 3rd and 10, they were targeting Brennan Finney Jr., the star cornerback for Oregon. And as much as he's a great player, that was PI. It was PI. On 3rd and 10, they targeted Duff. It was a slight underthrow, but Duff tried to get back to the ball, and Finney just completely cut him off. It was PI. That should have been a first 10 inside like the Oregon 20, 15, and they didn't call it. And Duff was asking for the flag. The Rutgers sideline was, and it was. And you can't miss that as a ref because just because Duff is 6'6", it doesn't mean you can just like catching radius and stuff just because he's taller and you're shorter. That's just an advantage to Duff, and you can't take away that advantage as like a 6'1" corner. And as much as Brandon Finney Jr. is a great player, but there was another time on the next drive where they were crediting him. It was really weird. The commentators were crediting him on playing great defense. I think it was strong, and it was just a blatant hold on the replay. Like they've zoomed in on like the one-on-one matchup. Blatant tug of the jersey when he's trying to make his cut, and he's like they're at the same time they're like crediting him. Oh, that's great defense. I don't understand it. I don't know if I'm like missing something. If you can tug on to someone's jersey 20 yards down the field, but to my knowledge, that's not what you can do. And it's like these small plays early on, these small calls. Just I really think they're missing because it's touchdown drives that are on the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough overall, and I mean, so much hype kind of around this game, and even now, somehow there's still hype coming into the next couple of games, which is crazy as well. I mean, what we're saying 6 wins for bowl eligible. Um, you're still 0-4.
That's 3-2.
Yeah.
It
So
means we need to beat realistically.
and the thing is, you've
We
two.
need to beat this week. If we don't beat Purdue next week, it's over.
Oh yeah, because I think Illinois is a loss. I think Maryland is a win. Ohio State, whatever, and then I think there is actually a chance against Penn State, but I don't know.
As much as the season is like like a terrible and it's like a letdown, if which is just a big if now with how bad we are. But if you can beat Purdue and Maryland, and then say we lose to Illinois and Ohio State, well, that would make us 5-6 going into Penn State.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's already scheduled to be a night game. It's TBD, but I'm pretty sure we have it as a night game
it
at
should.
home.
Yeah, it should be.
It's gonna that would be a fun game. If as much as we are terrible, a 5-6 team trying to get bowl eligibility against Penn State, which we have beaten, so like little much to look forward to. I guess we have basketball season coming up soon, so
Yeah, I mean,
guess we just got it. We can look forward to that.
I mean, um, it was funny. People were actually talking about that, kind of like around me at the game. They're like, "So what's up next basketball season?" Um, is that really?
Speaking of your game, did you go? Did you get there early enough to go to the Rutgers boardwalk? It's pretty fun. It's out there.
Yeah, yeah. It there was some cool stuff going on there. Um, I mean, they had drone shows, they had their fireworks. It was homecoming weekend. Like they were celebrating a lot, um, but uh, they weren't really able to celebrate basically after the first drive of the game.
So there's this guy against after Iowa, the black guy. There's this guy. I don't know if you know him, G Fed. He's um he's a guy who goes around like
Oh, I
experiencing different game days.
yeah, yeah.
He used to do a sneaking in challenge, but now he's doing experiencing different game days. And he went to Rutgers. He says like one of the best game day experiences that are kind of like underground and that no many people know about. We do it right. Like if we have a good football team for 1 year, like that's like, the boardwalk goes crazy. Like there's a game, homecoming, blackout, just anything, right? There's always things going on over there. It's always a lively experience. The tailgates are epic. And then if there's a good team, when the crowd's sold out and the crowd's going nuts, the fire shows, the halftime performances. We just this football team needs these football fans need one good year because they do it right. And like when the basketball team was good, there's like there it was packed in there. They called it the Trappers Bit of Terror.
Yep.
We went 17-1 at home. Like when Rutgers sports are good, the fans love it. So
I mean,
let's hope this basketball season's good because 3-4 football is
this
not
is this
not
is
looking too good.
this is two home sellouts this season. which is like
Yeah.
that
Last year was also a home sellout.
that shows something, right? Like,
No, for sure. If you look at like the years of like 2016 to 2020, I'll probably bet there's maybe one or two sellouts total. I mean, we were so bad. And then when Shiano came back, there's probably a few sellouts early on, and now there's continuing to be better. But yeah, one big year, and it'll be like packed. It'll be packed.
uh-huh. Um, yeah,
Well,
so
yeah, looking forward to Saturday, huh? Winnable game.
I feel like we've been saying that a couple of times so far this season, and yet hasn't really worked out for any of them.
Yeah, it's true. This
Um,
is our most winnable
oh,
Big
100%.
Ten game.
But then, like, if they win this and then get crushed by, like, Illinois or something, that's just a rough way to kind of have another wake up call after that.
I'm telling you, you only need to get UCLA. They were 0-4, and now they have a game where I'm excited to watch it. I'm not going to watch it at the same time as the Rutgers game, but against a team like Indiana, where they can honestly shock the world. They're on a 3-game win streak, looking like a hot team in college football. Takes one win. It really takes one win.
Yeah. Well, we will see. We'll see you back next week as Rutgers looks for their first win in the Big Ten already at the end of October. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much, Dylan, for joining me after another rough weekend of Rutgers football. But hopefully, come bowl season, we'll have a big game then to look forward to if all goes well in the next couple of weeks and Shiano and Rob Smith and the others kind of wake up and realize, what are we doing? I feel like that's the only chance that they have now to make anything out of this season. Any final words?
No, beat Purdue.
Beat Purdue. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. Make sure to check out the main website over on Garden State Sports, where Dylan has his full post-game recap along with some more opinions from this week's game posted. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening. And we'll see you after next week. Beat Purdue.